He was jogging in a park in Liverpool with his two best mates, wearing his granny's good luck chain around his neck. Campbell is a lightning survivor. His strike left him in a coma for a week. At the brink of death, he was given his last rites. Today, he has 10 metal plates in his face, is deaf in his right ear, has no sense of taste and smell, is forgetful and struggles to sleep.
I've got a fair list of injuries, but I'm here and I'm breathing, do you know what I mean?
It was the hottest day of 2003. The three runners were out on their usual early morning training session when the weather suddenly changed.
I remember running along and it just seemed to be getting darker. The weather changed almost immediately, and like all of a sudden, the lightning. I think it was just an instantaneous brightness. What the hell was that, you know? And the noise of it was just, never heard nothing like it.
In blast is like a flash gun going off in your face, and then the blast come this way. Campbell was on the floor, and I shouted his name, and then I shook him with my foot to see if I get any response.
Campbell didn't respond. As his friends stood over him, they saw that the lightning had left its mark.
When we turned him over, there was just a purple mark around his neck.
And he remember seeing the burn. The mark of the chain was burnt onto his neck.
Campbell's chain had vanished, leaving a V-shaped burn.
The cross was blown off of me. It had a severe burn round the neck where the chain was. You could still see part of the V.
Is this mark around Campbell's neck evidence that the gold chain somehow saved his life? In this lab at Cullum Electromagnetics, they recreate the massive currents associated with a lightning strike. It's as destructive as the real thing. A leg of lamb is dressed with a similar gold chain to the one Campbell was wearing. 200,000 amps are driven through the carcass.
Dump switches.
Where will the current travel? Will the chain melt, and what will happen to the lamb's flesh?
That's quite a nasty burn, isn't it? It's clearly burned in a very short period of time because it disappeared. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the line of the chain as a linear burn.
The chain has disappeared, leaving a mark in the lamb very similar to the one around Campbell's neck. Campbell will live with that scar for the rest of his life. But could his grandma's chain have saved his life?
There's some evidence that having metal on the outside of the body may actually be almost like focal points for keeping some of the energy from going inside the body. Metal picks up that energy very quickly, holds on to it, heats up, and then slowly releases the energy, causing that burn.
So if you're wearing a chain around the neck, then it's possible that that could divert the current around here and therefore bypass, for example, current flowing into the spinal cord.
The metal chain conducts the current more easily than our skin. Maybe Michael's putter did attract some of the current, reducing the overall energy flowing through the lower half of his body. For Campbell, the chain may have been a significant factor in his survival, but he and his mates also feel that it may have been his undoing, the very reason he was struck in the first place.
Campbell was the only one with jewellery on. The lightning went for the chain.
That's how small the cross was that almost killed me.